I want to invite to the stage with us Mr. Daan Roosegaarde, I hope I pronounced it well, to the stage to share with us his views and his projects in terms of how he's been able to collapse art, social change, and technology together. Daan.
Thanks so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You almost pronounced it right, so very good. Thank you for trying. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the invitation to be here. Today, I would like to take you on a super small tour, so to speak, which is about creativity, new technology, exploring new worlds. And I'll show you some examples which, in my humble opinion, have been successful. Bicycle paths which charge at daytime and glow at night. Smog-free towers which suck up polluted air, creating parks or playgrounds which are 75% more clean than the rest of the city. But before we dive into that, I thought it was also good, since we've been talking about smart cities and durability and all these kind of things, to show you an example of when it goes wrong. Because that's also very, very important. If you innovate, you make a mistake. Otherwise, it's not innovation, it's not changing anything. And that usually goes wrong in the balance, in finding the balance between technology and what people anticipate. And I'll show you an example. This is CCTV footage 2 years ago in a country nearby Europe, people who encounter the escalator for the first time in their life. And it goes wrong. It goes horribly wrong. So, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes this happens. We have a great technology, we have a great idea, but if it's disconnected from people, it stops. We push a button and it stops. So we have to get used a bit to the new world. And then government or a boss or a CEO comes and stops everything. But this is a very good leader in that way, because he waits a bit. Look at his feet on the right. He waits a bit, puck, and then he puts it on. So this is very interesting. In a world where old systems are crashing and new ones have to be discovered, we have to learn to let go. Just let go sometimes. But apparently we find this very difficult as human beings. Anyway. I have a 2-hour movie of this, so I'm perfectly fine showing you that, and then we're going to skip all the... Okay, but I think somebody in the back won't allow me to. So anyway, why am I showing you this? Well, because this is us. This is you, this is me. We are figuring out new ways to survive, to find a balance between these things. And I find that very interesting, where the notion of technology is important, but the notion of dreams and new ideas as important as well. This is how it starts in a way for me. You remember these glow-in-the-dark little stars you had on your ceiling when you were a boy or a girl? Yes, you know? Well, I've always been fascinated. How can we use energy harvesting or energy-neutral landscapes of the future? And so we started to look at this kind of glowing material, went back to the lab, made it more durable, more sustainable, more glowing, and started to connect it with Van Gogh, famous Dutch painter in the Netherlands, in an area where he worked and lived. And this was a request from the city to basically bring cultural heritage more alive again, to make it feel more connected with the people around. And I started in a way to connect my world of the new material, the world of art. Basically, this is how my brain works. So creative process can be linear. And this is what we made 12 months later. So a bicycle path through the area where Van Gogh lived and worked in 1853, before he went to France and made his famous paintings, charging at daytime, glowing at night. And so here it's about promoting cycling, not about a car, but to promote cycling and make something which is shareable for everyone. So you can go to the Netherlands, nearby Eindhoven, and see this every night for free. Short movie. Can we put the volume up? Good. Thank you. Thank you. So this was not just a single artwork designed to be pretty. This was a collaboration with Heijmans, one of the largest infrastructure companies in the Netherlands, 8,000 people. Shrinking business, problematic business, very, very conservative. But the CEO realized they needed to work together with people outside of their discipline to make something which is valuable. Now the sheikhs from Qatar start to call us how much for 10 kilometers. So everybody's happy. But in the beginning, of course, people are like, why are you doing this? Well, because we think it's important to find meaning. I do not do this alone. This is not a one-man show. Of course not. So this is the studio in the Netherlands, in Rotterdam, an old glass house, saved from demolishment, where I have my team of designers, architects, process managers, external scientists. 80% of the stuff I'm doing now, I was never educated for. So in the new world, yeah, it's true, in the new world, you have to be creative, you have to work together to make these kind of things happen. And it starts with looking, it starts with questioning, it starts with being frustrated in a way. For example, here, this is a Rem Koolhaas CCTV tower in China, where I'm spending a lot of time in China. I mean, I love it. I learn so much from it. But sometimes our desire for progress, our desire for innovation has side effects that you and I didn't even imagine. So this is the below images on a Saturday. When I look from my room on the 32nd floor, I can see the world around me. It's okay. Life is good. The people, the cars, the trees. But then on a Wednesday or on a Thursday, the above image, when a city is completely covered with smog, with pollution. It's like, and every city has its problem. Paris, Rotterdam, every city is sort of struggling with his desire for future. And I thought, maybe I can work with this. Of course, we need clean technology, electrical cars, more bicycles, you name it. But maybe we can make something within the now to engage people with a solution instead of just being part of a problem. And I'm the son of a math teacher. And I remembered when I was a boy that when you have a plastic balloon, like your plastic balloon, and you polish it with your hand, it becomes static. Exactly, very good. Static electrified. So it sort of starts to attract your hair. And so I thought 2 days later, what if we would build the largest smog vacuum cleaner in the world, which sucks up polluted air and cleans skies? And 2 years later, I'm sort of jumping because of time, 2 years later, after hundreds of people telling me it could never be done, it already exists, etc., we realized the first one sucks up 30,000 cubic meter per hour, uses no more electricity than 1100 watts, which is like a small water boiler, and creates parks, playgrounds, which are 75% more clean than the rest of the city. Short movie. Pollution. It's really weird that we accept it as something normal and take it for granted. I wanted to create a place where citizens, makers, NGOs and governments can experience clean air. A bubble of clean air, where people can think, meet and work together how to make a whole city smog-free. It's a place created by the largest air purifier in the world, which can travel a smog-free tower. In the future, waste should not exist. By putting the captured smog particles under high pressure, we create smog-free rings. And so by sharing a smog-free ring, you donate 1,000 cubic meter of clean air to the city where the smog-free tower is in. Launched 12 months ago in Rotterdam by the mayor. Thank you. Is this the solution for a whole city? Of course not. But I think we all know the real solution. it's more a question how to get there, yes? How to fill up the chapters of the book called The Solution. And so I believe by making places which are more clean, where people can feel the difference, where people can share the difference, you create a sort of an engagement which is as important as technological innovation. So also you learn from the process. This, I think oh yeah, here. Yeah, here. This is Rotterdam smog. This is the, Excellency, if you would be so kind and maybe you can show it around, yeah, to share it. This is the stuff we were sucking up from the skies, and it's like, and it comes from industry, it comes from cars, it comes from me traveling, you know, there's nobody to blame, we're all part of the package. And we thought, that's interesting, maybe we should use something to work with this. In the future, waste should not exist. 42% out of this is carbon. And carbon under high pressure, you get diamonds. Very good, yes. So we started to compress it for 30 minutes, and then you create smog-free rings. And so by sharing a ring, you donate 1,000 cubic meter of clean air to the city where the tower is in. And in a way, this saved the project, because at that time, 1 year ago, we had a problem. Nobody wanted to be a client. Because all the cities were like, yeah, we're not going to support this project because everybody knows then that we're dirty, that we're polluted. So we had a budget problem. And when we launched this project, over 1,600 people pre-ordered the smog-free rings because they thought it was beautiful or good, or they wanted to give it to their boyfriend or girlfriend. But even more importantly, they prepaid it as well. So the finance we got with the jewelry helped us actually to partly realize the tower. And it's beautiful. You always have to think as a circle. And right now, oh yeah, we're making a whole series of, including the cufflinks for the gentlemen. And it's interesting. We shipped the first batch 2 months ago. People start to wear it as an earring, or this. I don't know. Somebody recognizes this guy? Dutch CEO of DSM, huge company, Fijke. Who, look at his face, he's really happy. Yeah. Who's wearing the smog-free cufflinks as a proud ambassador. So innovation is hard innovation, technology, proven, fact sheet, but also social innovation, that you make it, that people care about it, something that which makes you excited, yes? You need both of them to create impact. To conclude, I think the mayor and the panel before me already addressed it as well, the notion of the landscape, the future, the people, making places which are good for us human beings. That's the real challenge of the world we live in today. And the Netherlands, where I come from, is a very specific country, because most of it is below sea level. Yes? So without technology, without creative thinking, we would literally drown. All the Dutch people would be more or less dead, yes? Not good, not good. So we have this very sophisticated system of dikes, of canals, etc., etc. And it usually goes very well. For 1,000 years we have been resisting the waters. But sometimes it goes wrong. Sometimes, not so many times, but sometimes. Here you see the breach of the dike in 1653, famous painting. And so Dutch government today came to me and said, Daan, can you make something to create water awareness? Because it's something that international, the knowledge can be shared, but a lot of people in the Netherlands take it for granted because it goes right all the time, yes? So that was a problem. And we made this project for them, Waterlight, Waterlicht, which is a combination of LEDs and lenses showing how high the water level would be if we stop, yes? If today you all go home and say, okay, bye-bye, we don't need to invest in new ideas, life will be good. Well, in this case, it goes wrong. It goes quite wrong.
Best wel spooky. Spacey. Ja.
Wat ik het gevoel dat ik erbij krijg is een beetje onder water. Dat je onder een laag zit.
Ja, best wel mooi, vind ik.
With the waves above us. And it's magnificent.
Ik weet natuurlijk dat we beneden zeeniveau zitten, maar ja, zoals je het zegt, zou dat niet zo fijn zijn als ik dit opeens over me heen ga voelen, nee.
And by launching this on a public square, first night, a couple of thousand people came, sharing it online. And the third night, 60,000 people showed up. It was huge. And suddenly, you know, these people were thinking, talking about water, but also about the future, where the worlds of poetry and pragmatism connect, where the world of the hard capital and the soft capital slightly but surely collide. And I think that's the conversation I would like to have with you today, here in Manila, but in my opinion, we should have it anywhere. How to connect these worlds to make a world which is truly future-proof. All right, thank you so much.